Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Welcome to this Saturday, January 7th, and it's the Allstate Sugar Bowl Final Four. Stanford versus Texas. Yet another David versus Goliath matchup. And man, oh man, what a BCS playoff this has been for the Stanford Cardinal. It was all about the Andrew Luck revenge tour. He came back his senior year after going out in the playoffs last year in the first round. Said, I owe it to you guys. I'm going to come back and make this run happen. They took down Notre Dame. They avenged the loss at Qualcomm Stadium. They took down the Oregon Ducks. They are the Rose Bowl champions, and they are champions of the Stanford bracket. They'll be going toe-to-toe with the team that a lot of people said didn't deserve to be here. The Texas Longhorns at 7-5 were voted in at the number 24 seed. It was an outrage. How are these teams in the playoffs? Why'd they get voted into the top 25? Well, Texas silenced critics when they took on two-loss South Carolina and defeated them. They would move on to take on Kansas State, who just got done destroying a 7-5 Auburn team. People said, oh, they're going to take down another 7-5 team easily. Well, Texas blew through that. 8 sacks onto Colin Klein. They moved on to do battle with number 1 seeded LSU. People said, oh, LSU can't take down the number 1 seed. Heck, they nearly shut that team out. And the Texas Longhorns have rolled all the way along to the Final Four, and they are rolling all the way to an opening kickoff for a touchdown. How about David striking Goliath between the eyes once again? The Texas Longhorns have run the opening kickoff all the way back for a touchdown. And is that White or is that Whitaker? That is Whitaker who ran it back. The backup running back in the Longhorns strike first in the Allstate BCS Final Four. The two winners of the Final Four games, it's under the Sugar Bowl banner. They will each be given the Sugar Bowl trophy as part of Final Four champions. The champions of the Final Four will come together next week in this same stadium, the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, and compete for the national championship of college football. Stanford, Texas, and Virginia Tech, Alabama are your Final Four teams. These student athletes have had a wonderful time. They have been on vacation for the last month. They have seen cities. They have seen sights and sounds. They've gotten really cool gifts from the bowl committees. And bottom line, they've gotten to compete for a national championship. Win or lose, all 4 teams will get to be in New Orleans for 2 weeks, as have Rutgers and Virginia, who have enjoyed a 2-week vacation in Hawaii as part of the NIT championship in that game coming up next. 2nd and 10, Andrew Luck trying to answer right back, and his pass is going to be batted away. This is a strong Texas Longhorn defense. The Longhorns, the Cotton Bowl champions, taking on the Rose Bowl champions, and Andrew Luck, quick strike ability, already finds himself into Texas territory with that pass to Griff Whalen. And perhaps even more impressive for Andrew Luck on this run has been that they have been doing it without one of their top wide receivers, Chris Owuzu, who's been out with concussion-like symptoms. He's their 3rd leading receiver on this team, and he's been out this entire playoff run with concussion-like symptoms, but yet he has been a part of this team on the sideline cheering them on, and Andrew Luck has still been able to make things happen through the air, just like he does once again. No, it falls incomplete. His receiver dropped it. It was in the hands, and then it hit the turf. Stanford ranked number 4, champions of the Stanford bracket, going up against number 24 ranked Texas, champions of the LSU bracket, and Andrew Luck will get sacked down. He will go to this tough Longhorn defense who's been playing brilliantly throughout the Bowl Championship Series playoffs. So it'll be 3rd down and 10 for Luck and the Cardinal. And Andrew Luck, oh my gosh, you can put a timer on that. All day to throw. Finally steps up and throws it in. It's caught. Breaking tackles. Touchdown, Cardinal. Oh, wow. That was Drew Terrell with the catch, breaking the tackle. and going into the end zone. So how about Andrew Luck, the poise, waiting, boom, hitting Drew Terrell, whatever you want to call him. He's in the end zone, and the Cardinal will answer back after the Texas Longhorn kickoff return for a touchdown, and that's something that Texas has been able to do all throughout the BCS playoffs, is find ways to score. I mean, defensively, special teams, they have just found great ways to score. And for Case McCoy, who has not played that well in the Bowl Championship Series playoffs, he played great last week against LSU in the Cotton Bowl. The 2007, and they were your inaugural BCS playoff champions, were the Texas Longhorns. And in fact, it was in this dome 5 years ago, because, you know, all the Bulls are on a 4-year rotation, as McCoy, with his first offensive play, throws it out to his receiver out of bounds. It was in this bowl game, the Allstate National Championship 5 years ago, that Texas won. So could you imagine if once again, in the Superdome, they can go through and win the national title just like they did 5 years ago? And it was actually Case McCoy's brother, Colt McCoy, that got it done, said many years ago. And McCoy will get that one out to Jackson Shipley, the freshman from Brownwood, Texas. So, I mean, could you imagine? I believe Colt McCoy, you know, has been playing with the Cleveland Browns in the NFL. I believe he may be in the stands here today. I think I see him up there cheering on his younger brother. 1st and 10, Case McCoy will take off, and he will go down. And what a road this has been, not only for McCoy, but for the Longhorns. I mean, it was Garrett Gilbert who started as the starting quarterback. He was later benched and then was upset by the benching and transferred, and it was Case who was literally given the reins of this Longhorn team, and he led them off to a 7-5 season, but count that with the 3 wins they've had in the playoffs. They're now up to 10-5. Trying to make a run at the national title. They are 2 wins away. On 2nd down and 12. McCoy, with plenty of time, will step up. Will find his receiver. And there's receiver McNorma. McCoy will heave it deep. Incomplete. So on 4th down, the Cardinal, they will hold. And now you let Andrew Luck come back onto the field. 1st and 10 at the 20. And it will be ruled a catch out of bounds. Over the middle, 5-yard catch. It was Hewitt with the reception. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Luck is going to be pressured on the outside. Just gets it away to Stephon Taylor. And he won't have enough to get the 1st down. So the Longhorns will come up with the stop on Andrew Luck's 2nd drive. But again, you got to give Andrew Luck that credit. He gets rid of the ball as the pressure is coming. This is the Allstate Sugar Bowl Final Four. Later today, Alabama and Virginia Tech to go head-to-head. And then at 4:30, that's 4:30 Eastern Time, the Sheraton Hawaii Bowl NIT Championship, Virginia versus Rutgers. There's always, of course, play action fake. McCoy over the middle, open receiver, just past the 50-yard line. That's a man that was pretty quiet in the Cotton Bowl. That's leading receiver Mike Davis. And it's kind of weird he was quiet in the Cotton Bowl. He's from Dallas, Texas. You would have thought he would have had a homecoming day there, but Mike Davis with the catch. But yeah, normally, of course, with 2 bowl games happening on the same day in this stadium, there is always a game at 1 and a game at 8 to allow the fans to get out of the stadium and then to repaint the field with the new logos and everything for the new teams that come in here. So there's always a big gap in between with no football. Well, now with the NIT, you flip over to ESPN2, you can watch the Hawaii Bowl as well as still get coverage here on ESPN of the upcoming matchups. It's hard to believe it was just a few days ago, or I should say a few weeks ago, that we started with 40 teams. And now between the BCS Playoffs and the NIT, we're down to just 6. We're just cutting them down. 3rd down and 3, an all-important drive here for the Longhorns, and able to keep the pressure on Stanford. And it's going to be brought in inside the 20. Check out the good coverage. Oh, man, but feet coming down in bounds. 2 feet in bounds for the NFL scouts, and that's McNarma, the junior. And now the Longhorns can start to make Stanford sweat a little bit as they're entering back. And Case McCoy played poorly in the Belk Bowl and in the Gator Bowl. It's really come along in these last 2 weeks in the Cotton and in the Final Four. Malcolm Brown, 4 yards on the carry to take it to a 2nd down and 6. McCoy will line up under center, give it to Brown once again, and he'll only get 1 on the play. And that was actually not Brown. That was Brown, excuse me. Well, that's going to do it. First quarter is in the books. We're going back and forth here in the Allstate Sugar Bowl Final Four between number 4 and number 24. Stanford and Texas, they're all tied up. It's crazy to think that not one conference champion made it to the Final Four. I have to check my records, but I believe that might be the first time in Bowl Championship Series history. I'm not sure. McCoy hits his open man just short of the end zone. That's Shipley. What a run for both of these teams. Especially Texas, but Stanford, who were eliminated last season in the first round by Miami of Ohio. They're going to let McCoy take it. Touchdown, Longhorns. They reclaim the lead over Stanford. Case McCoy was going to throw, and look at him just squeezing right through to get the score. Extra point is good. So now Andrew Luck once again will step onto the field, either trailing or with it being a tie game. He had to kind of hold on against Oregon last week in the Rose Bowl game, and gonna have to do it again here against the Longhorns. Stephon Taylor with the handoff. 5-yard run for Taylor. Second down and 5. Luck pressured, gets it out to Taylor. Look at the blocks as Taylor is able to get the first down out to the 31-yard line. You see the students at Stanford, and we are sold out not only for Stanford, Texas, here in New Orleans, but for Alabama, Virginia Tech later tonight. Over the middle, wide open receiver. That's Griff Whalen. And I mean, I think as well as Andrew Luck is throwing the ball, Andrew Luck wouldn't be successful if no one was catching the ball. If he had no receivers, no one would think Andrew Luck is any good. And Griff Whalen's really come through here in the playoffs with some really nice games to get those Andrew Luck passes. Kind of been his go-to guy lately in the Bowl Championship Series. Luck screen passes it out to Taylor as the pressure was coming for him. That's going to be good for a yard. On 2nd and 9, Taylor breaking tackles, but finally at the last moment, he'll get tackled by Randall, Easton Randall, the senior. That makes it 3rd down and 10. Oh, we had some movement. Referees aren't going to call it. Andrew Luck throwing for the end zone. Incomplete. And the Longhorn defense will hold Stanford once again. Gives the opportunity for Case McCoy to do some more damage. They're going to option it to Malcolm Brown. Brown's running free. Finally, they tackle him at the 43-yard line. Nice play calling by Mac Brown and the rest of this Texas Longhorn team, and David Shaw trying to figure out what South Carolina, LSU, and Kansas State couldn't figure out. I mean, Texas, they have more losses than their opponents have combined thus far in the BCS playoffs. Kansas State with 2. As Mac Brown will go all the way to the house, and the Texas Longhorns take a 13-point lead. LSU with 0 losses. Kansas State with 2. South Carolina with 2. And Stanford with 1. But yet the Longhorns are running freely as they hold a 14-point lead over the Stanford Cardinal. They have as many losses as their opponents have had combined thus far in the Bowl Championship Series playoffs. Pressure now falls back on the shoulders of Andrew Luck. He came back because he said he owed it to his team. Well, now he owes it to his team right now to play like the champion that he is, down by 14. Stephon Taylor, first down run by him. A gain of about 11 yards. He had a big day, Stephon Taylor did, 2 weeks ago when Stanford competed against Michigan in the Holiday Bowl. Slowed down a bit in the Rose Bowl, but maybe he'll pick it up more so today. Here in the Sugar Bowl, Taylor, another first down. No, it's going to be just short. Stanford picking up wins over Notre Dame, Michigan, and Oregon on their way to the Final Four. And of course, Texas with wins over Kansas State, South Carolina, and LSU on their trip to the Final Four. Timeout will be called by Stanford. 2 minutes and a second left on the clock. Luck once again has plenty of time to throw it. Open receiver. It's going to be caught inside the 30-yard line. Not quite sure who nabbed it, but you see Andrew Luck's numbers. He's thrown 1 interception in the entire BCS playoff run so far. He has been near perfect. Stephon Taylor. Actually, I don't believe that was Taylor. That was the backup runner, who would be Gaffney or Wilkerson. Yeah, that's going to be another first down run. And that is indeed number 32. That's Anthony Wilkerson, who's in there for Taylor right now. Just shy of the 10-yard mark. Luck overthrows, incomplete. Second down and 10. They'll give it to Stephon. They'll give it to Taylor, and he's got 4 yards on the ground. So third down and 6. The Cardinals do not want to have to settle for a field goal. They immediately want to try to cut the deficit of Texas down to 7. Taylor, end zone. No, but it is going to be a first down. Kobe Fleener with the reception. And now you might just be able to hand it off and fall forward. They're going to let Luck throw it. Knocked away, incomplete. Andrew Luck's not much of a scrambler, so I don't know if he'll just take off and run it and try to get the score, but now they're going to line up in the gun. I don't know why you don't let your running back at least try it once. That wasn't a touchdown? Oh, man. No touchdown. He's lucky he didn't get called for a horse collar. Third down and goal. What a goal line stand this would be for this Longhorn defense. Luck throws it, end zone, knocked away. On first and inches, you pass the ball 3 times in a row. No, they're going to fake it. Oh my goodness. Touchdown Stanford. What about the play calling by David Shaw? A fake field goal for the touchdown. What a call to make here in the Final Four. I take that back. Questionable play calling, nothing. How about gutsy play calling? Heck, Andrew Luck couldn't do it, so why not let our kick holder throw it? And not a bad call, because even if you don't get it, you put Texas on the 1-inch line. David Shaw says, yes. All right. Stanford cutting the lead down to 7, and now Texas with 38 seconds to go and 3 timeouts will get another opportunity, and they're lucky that one didn't get broken forward. Whitaker, you see his numbers on kick returns. For all intents and purposes, it should be a tie game right now, but if not for the kick return for a touchdown, Texas has the lead right now. McCoy will try to run it, and he'll slide down just short of the first down, and they'll use one of their timeouts. Down to 26 seconds. And McCoy will take off again. This time it's a first down, and they'll use timeout number 2 as they move to the Stanford 48, in between the 48-47. Over the middle, completed pass. How about McCoy coming through late with some key drives in these last couple of games between LSU and now Stanford? Completed ball. First down. They are rolling right now. This is a Texas Longhorn team that against ranked teams earlier this year, and they're going to use their last timeout to kick the field goal. They played Oklahoma, lost 55-17. They played a ranked team, Oklahoma State, lost 38-26. They played ranked Kansas State, lost that. Lost to ranked Baylor, 48-24. 0-4 versus ranked teams, but yet the Texas Longhorns, with a revenge win over Kansas State with a win over ranked LSU and win over ranked South Carolina, and now they lead the Stanford Cardinal. You do not want to miss the second half. We are about 20 minutes from finding out who is going to play for a national title. Welcome back to the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. It's the Allstate Sugar Bowl Final Four between the Texas Longhorns and the Stanford Cardinal. You see the score on your screen. Yes, David is doing it once again. They got things rolling quickly with a kick return for a touchdown, but Andrew Luck and company would answer right back. But after that, it was Case McCoy and the rest of this Longhorn defense coming up with stops, but then the offense also getting some scores. Andrew Luck would answer back. They would drive down, and they'd have to settle for a fake field goal to give them a touchdown. Texas would drive and increase the lead back with the field goal, and now it's 24-14 as Stanford gets the ball first to start the third quarter. Pass thrown to Griff Whalen, just good enough for 1 yard. To take us to a 2nd down and 9. Third quarter just underway. We have coming up next on ESPN2 the NIT Championship in Hawaii, Rutgers versus Virginia, and then later tonight Alabama versus Virginia Tech. Stephon Taylor hurdling, and he's gonna go. Just got one man to beat. Can he outrun him? He will. Touchdown, Stephon Taylor. Touchdown, Stanford Cardinal. How about that to start this drive off? Adrian Phillips on the Longhorns almost made the stop, but Stephon Taylor, who had a great game in the Holiday Bowl in San Diego, slowed down in the Rose Bowl, but now appearing to pick things back up here tonight, or I should say today, here in the Allstate Sugar Final Four. How much more hardware do these teams want to add to the trophy case? I mean, this game has just been so close, back and forth both ways. Each team's already collected 3 bowl trophies and looking to add some more. Ball will be fielded in the end zone by Texas and stays on his feet. How about the returns from Whitaker today? He might be player of the game with the kind of days he's been having with these kick returns. The Longhorns will get their first possession here of the second half. Case will throw it on first down, incomplete. It looked like he thought his receiver was going to run a different route than he did. On 2nd down and 10, Case completes it, but only for 7 yards. That was to Shipley. So 3rd and 7, or no, to Jones. Dominique Jones. So 3rd down and 7. You want to convert here because Stanford's starting to pick the momentum up a little bit. Play action fake, almost intercepted, batted away. And the Cardinal will hold the Texas Longhorns to a 3-and-out. We'll see how much more damage Andrew Luck can do. With their high seed, they've been able to have some short travel trips. They played their opening 3 games in the state of California. They went to San Francisco, San Diego, and Pasadena, as you see Taylor up over 100 yards rushing. And then they made the long flight here, so with the fans being able to travel short distances, they were happy to be able to fly out here for these 2 weeks for the Sugar Bowl Final Four. Third down and 3. The handoff, and Taylor will not be able to convert. And Texas defense holds, and they'll get the ball back, will the Longhorns. Ball fielded at the 30, brought up just short of the 40, whipped down. And Case McCoy and company will step back out onto the field. The handoff to Malcolm Brown. Takes us to a 2nd down and 3. Trying to continue to move the ball. Brown takes it again, and all that yardage that Brown gained on that last run is immediately taken back as he's dropped by Trent Murphy way in the backfield. 3rd and 8, and you'd almost have to assume here that McCoy was going to have to throw it here on 3rd and 8. 3rd down and long, and indeed he is. No, McCoy will take off and run. 1st down for Case McCoy. His scrambling abilities have really helped this team out here in the Bowl Championship Series playoffs. As Stanford continues to try to close the gap, they have trailed the entire, or I should say they've trailed or had a tie this entire ball game. They are trying to make the rally here and widen the gap back up with another touchdown. Brown with the carry for 4 yards. They're going to hand it off, not to Brown that time, but to Whitaker. 3rd down and 6. Oh, there goes McCoy sliding down just short of the 1st down. So for all his scrambling ability being so well, he kind of cost his team there by not getting the 1st, and now they'll have to settle for a 50-yard field goal, and it will be no good. And now Stanford and Andrew Luck come back onto the field, and we'll have another opportunity with the football. Luck fakes it to Taylor. Andrew Luck. Oh, no, that's, they're doing Wildcat, are they? No. I don't know. Who's got the ball? I can't. That is Andrew Luck. Okay. Luck fakes it and runs it. So I take that back. I said Andrew Luck doesn't scramble. Well, there he goes. He's trying to show Case McCoy. I can do it too. And all of a sudden find themselves on a 2nd and 2 with 50 seconds to go here in the 3rd. Completed pass. Andrew Luck out to Griff Whalen. 12 for 20. 155 yards. Hasn't been Luck's best day in the world that he's had in the BCS playoffs. But again, keeping those interceptions down, and that's any way to keep your team in the game. Stephon Taylor, especially when your running back's doing well too, that helps you out a whole lot. Taylor with a 6-yard run. Second down and 4. Andrew Luck, screen pass out to Taylor. 2 yards shy, and the 3rd quarter will come to a close. So we got 1 more quarter to go, and it is a 3-point ball game in the Allstate Sugar Final Four. The winner will head to the national championship game next week, next Saturday. Who will it be? Will it be Stanford or Texas? The drive for 5 continues. And we are down to these final 4 teams. Who wants to move on to the national title? On 3rd and 2, Taylor picks up the 1st down easily, and he gets out to the 40-yard line. And if they can play this thing correctly, they can run a whole lot of time off the clock before they have to score. Oh, the pressure. And Andrew Luck just threw the ball up, and oh, he looks like he's in pain, to be honest with you. We're going to see if that's going to hinder him the rest of the ball game. Keep your eye on Andrew Luck, because he looks to be in some pain. And now they give it to Taylor. He'll get 4 yards back. 3rd and 6. This is important. This drive, or this play, not only for Stanford but also for Texas. You can get a stop here, forcing Stanford into a long field goal to tie the game up. They let the backup run the ball, and that's Wilkerson. So maybe Andrew Luck is kind of hurt. And now they'll have to settle for the long field goal from Williamson of 50 yards. Did he make it? Yes, he did, and we are all tied up. So at the Allstate Sugar Bowl Final Four, with 4:08 to go, we are all tied up. 24-24. How about the energy and the passion these guys are showing to want to win the national title? The handoff to Malcolm Brown for 8 yards. This is getting good right now. All tied up in the 4th quarter. Again, I'm still completely impressed with this effort from the Texas Longhorns. Not only to make it this far, a team that nobody said should have been there, a controversial pick, but they're continuing to go ahead. They've already taken down LSU, the best team in the nation. Obviously not the best team, as they ended up losing to Texas, but the number 1 seed, and now they're trying to take down number 4. They are the champions of the LSU bracket. The handoff. Malcolm Brown staying on his feet, just short of the 1st down. And the same thing goes for Texas that I said for Stanford on the last drive. They can play this thing correctly, move the ball slowly but surely. They can run a lot of time off the clock and try to win this thing, maybe with a field goal. I mean, 3 minutes, it's not a whole lot of time to try to get off that clock. McCoy will drop back to pass, but then he'll run it and slide down for the 1st into Stanford territory. Texas looking to make it back to the national championship for the first time since 2007. The handoff to Whitaker. He has the 1st down. Right now, this is Texas's ball game to lose at this moment. They have the time. They have the momentum. They're right where they want to be in terms of field position, and whether or not you want to play conservative, try to run some of this clock down or not, that's up to Mac Brown. They're going to continue to run the ball, and the Stanford defense having a hard time coming up with stops not only on Whitaker but on Malcolm. We're ticking down to 2:33 and maybe a little less than that. Malcolm this time, they're able to get back there and finally stop the running game, and with Skov, who came in with the tackle, number 7. 3rd down and 5. They run it again, and they're not going to get the 1st down, and Stanford will call the timeout. So they'll have to settle for the 45-yard field goal by Justin Tucker, and he makes it. Yet to miss this year from 40 to 49 yards. So with about 2 minutes to go, it's a 3-point football game here in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. 2 minutes to decide who is going to go to the national title game and compete to be world champions. Well, Andrew Luck has a chance to write his legacy right now. It is a 3-point football game, and you see Shaw telling his team, write your legacy. This is it. It is a 3-point game. This is the 2-minute drill. You got 2 timeouts. This is what you do in practice every single week. Plenty of time for Andrew Luck. Has a man. It's going to be a 9-yard game, and here we go. No huddle. Get on the edge of your seat because it comes down to this. Who wants to go to the national championship? Luck takes the snap. Got plenty of time. Going deep. Had his man, but it was just batted away. Good defense by the Longhorns, and just like that, it's 3rd down and 1, and maybe they're going to run the ball because they got the line stacked there in I formation. They are going to run the ball. Stephon Taylor gets the 1st down, and he gets out to the 39-yard line. 1:35 to go. Still 2 timeouts for Stanford. Andrew Luck throwing it down the field. Incomplete. Looking for Griff Whalen. And you see Williamson, his long today, 51 yards. So you'd have to believe as long as they can at least maybe get to the 40-yard line on the other side of the field, they'd have a shot. The Heisman Trophy runner-up throws the ball wide open down to the 5-yard line. And now this is Texas's game to try to figure out. I mean, Stanford, it was Jamal Rashard Patterson with the catch down to the 5, and the Cardinal takes some notes from the Orange Bowl last week. Do not score too quickly. I mean, score when you can, but try if you can. I mean, do you think they dare, if they don't make it, go for another fake field goal in this situation? Outside pitch to Stephon Taylor. Second and goal, under a minute to play, and the Cardinal call a timeout. That's kind of strange. You would think they would want less time on the clock for Texas. And now they're kind of letting the play. I don't understand what they were doing. Oh, touchdown, Stanford. They will not be held to a field goal as Andrew Luck gets the ball thrown to Drew Terrell. Terrell. It's in there. But again, if you don't call a timeout and you take that snap, Texas probably gets the ball back with maybe 30 seconds to go on the clock. Instead, they'll have a full minute along with all 3 timeouts. So 2-minute drill, it works to success for Stanford, but now it's up to the Longhorns. Case McCoy, who is given the starting job and has led his team to this point in the playoffs. What left does he have? And that'll take it to a 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. McCoy. Oh my goodness, the throw, and he had a receiver and he couldn't hook up with them. Incomplete. And that brings us to a 2nd down and 10. How about the effort from this 7-5 team throughout this entire run in the BCS playoffs? McCoy will go deep again. This time he's got the reception at the 30-yard line. Timeout is called. 36 seconds to go. Case McCoy towards the end zone. Touchdown, Texas Longhorns. How about Case McCoy to come all the way back and score? How about this football game? That was Marquise Goodman with the catch, the field goal. And now you start to question the decision by David Shaw to take that timeout with a minute to go. And and not run that time down a little more. But now you got 31 seconds left. So maybe this did help him out in the end. I don't know. Maybe taking that timeout did leave some time for the Cardinal. It's a 3-point game. There's one timeout to go. And Andrew Luck is about to step onto the field. What does this Heisman runner-up have in him? Completed pass to the 50. Oh, wow, for Andrew Luck, and they're going to go no huddle. They're going to spike the ball. And I believe it was Ty Montgomery who caught the pass. So they leave one timeout on the clock. 21 seconds to go for Andrew Luck. Woo! How good is this game? I think I've said that a lot in the BCS playoffs, but I mean, this is for the marbles. This is to go to the national title. Over the middle, completed pass, but now the clock, no, it won't, it fell incomplete. 3rd and 10. You see the efficiency, 5 for 10 on 3rd downs for Stanford. Andrew Luck throwing it deep. Oh, touchdown Stanford! How about that pass to Griff Whalen? Oh man, they were looking to maybe go for a field goal instead. On 3rd down, one of the last possible chances. It's thrown into the back of the end zone in the face of pressure, and Andrew Luck has come back to reclaim the lead. This game is just going back and forth, back and forth. 46 yards from Andrew Luck to Griff Whalen in this incredible game. You hate to see any team lose. That's how good this one has been. Oh my goodness. Case McCoy with 2 timeouts. I don't even think he's going to have time to use all the timeouts. This might be the final throw. Might see a whole bunch of laterals or just a Hail Mary or something. It comes down to this for this Cinderella story in the Texas Longhorns. Case McCoy will go down. They didn't get the timeout called, and the Stanford Cardinal unbelievably somehow found a way to win this game, and Stanford is going to the national championship. 38-34, your final. I don't know how in the world that is your play of the game. That is absolutely stupid. Your play of the game's gotta be the Andrew Luck 47-yard, 46-yard completion to Griff Whalen. I have seen it all here in the Bowl Championship Series playoffs, and you fans have too. What a great effort all the way from the Texas Longhorns, a team that everyone said shouldn't have been here. They proved their worth, and they were literally 30 seconds away from going back to the national championship for the first time in 4 years, 5 years. But the Stanford Cardinal, who were eliminated last year in the first round, the number 4 seed, they are heading to the national championship game. Congratulations to them. Great effort by Texas, but you got to go home now. It's all about Stanford. They head to the national championship, but against who? Alabama or Virginia Tech? You will find that out at 8 Eastern time, because we got to get these fans out of the stadium. I'm sure some of the Longhorn fans will be heading back home. With the Stanford fans, they get to chill here for a whole nother week and await the national title. The Stanford Cardinal, there it is. This should have been play of the game. To Griff Whalen. Unbelievably. And for the Stanford Cardinal, who were eliminated last year in the first round as a number 4 seed, Andrew Luck said he came back for his senior year for that one reason, and that was he owed it to his team after that disappointing effort. Even though they only lost by 3 points, he came back, and now he finds himself in the national championship game. The numbers for Andrew Luck, nearly perfect again. No interceptions. He's thrown 1 interception in the last 4 games. Case McCoy did really well. One of his best days as a starter. 14-19, 205 yards, 1 touchdown. There were no turnovers in this football game. Very clean game. Running the ball, Malcolm Brown did really well. 11 receptions, 96 yards. Again, it's a game you hate to see anyone lose because it was so evenly matched. Taylor, though, was the class of this game in terms of running. 16 tries, 135, and a touchdown. Receiving-wise, though, Griff Whalen again. 5 catches, 114 yards, and a touchdown. On Texas's side, Jones, the tight end, was your leader. And defensively, you got your numbers for defense and for the Stanford defense there. Comparative stats. 12 first downs to 13. Pretty even. 462 to 358 in total offense. Passing yards, Andrew Luck 100 more than Case McCoy. No turnovers. And just about average, equal numbers, 606 to 593 in terms of total offense. Time of possession almost equal. I mean, this was almost equal all the way down. Well, we have no more brackets to show you. I mean, what more can we show you but Stanford moving on? Normally we show you some brackets, show you something, but we're going to bid you farewell right here from the Superdome in New Orleans. The Stanford Cardinal, they are moving on to the national championship game. Congratulations to the Cardinal. Great effort from the Texas Longhorns, a team that everyone said shouldn't be here except for maybe the Texas fans. But for the Cardinal, they are moving on to the national title game.